Lawmakers on Capitol Hill grilling the CEO of TikTok as they're considering a proposal that would let President Biden ban the app entirely. Plus, we're seeing sunshine in the Tri-Cities, but tracking big changes in the next 24 hours. They are already rolling into the region, as you can see. That's coming up in your First Alert forecast. And a simple donation that can make a big difference to farm workers in our region.
Now, KAPP KVEW Local News at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Today, state lawmakers continued their work on two significant gun control proposals in the state of Washington. First up was House Bill 1143. Now, this one started as a proposal to require a permit before you can buy a gun. That has now been changed. You wouldn't have to get a permit under the new version, but this proposal would still require training and a waiting period before you can take a gun home. It's a proposal that Governor Inslee requested, and today, First Lady Trudy Inslee was the first person to speak in favor of the bill.
I would be haunted by not being here and trying to prevent someone from impulsively being able to go out and purchase a weapon without having the training and having the due process to make sure that they are the right person to be in possession of a firearm.
If a background check is completed and the state and federal government have determined that this woman is lawfully allowed to possess a firearm, that transfer should be allowed, and it should be required to be processed. A further delay is a right denied.
Now, the Senate Law and Justice Committee also heard testimony today on a proposal that would ban people from making or selling certain types of guns in the state of Washington. House Bill 1240 is commonly called an assault weapons ban.
This is a bill that I have introduced in some form for the last 7 years, since there was a shooting in my community when a young man purchased an assault weapon and just a few days later went to a house party, killed 3 people, injured another, and ruined countless lives.
It's not the gun. The gun is a tool used in the symptom of violence. What is causing the violence? That's what we need to be looking at. Not the gun. The gun doesn't mean frickin' anything. People are in pain and they're screaming in silence. Nobody's listening.
Now, today lawmakers heard from people both for and against these proposals, but the committee chair pointed out hundreds of people signed up to show their support for the bills. Thousands signed up to show their opposition. Both of these bills are scheduled for a committee vote coming up on Tuesday. In Congress, Washington Representative Kathy McMorris-Rodgers presided over a hearing today questioning the CEO of TikTok. Some lawmakers accusing the app of spying on Americans and hurting children. ABC's Lindsay Watts has a look at the CEO's response.
On Capitol Hill today, a tale of two TikToks. CEO Shou Chew saying TikTok is an app focused on free expression for its more than 150 million American users.
Our app is a place where people can be creative and curious. And where close to 5 million American businesses, mostly small businesses, go to find new customers and to fuel their growth.
But several lawmakers on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, where Chew appeared, see something much different, a threat to America's national security.
It's been said it's like allowing the Soviet Union the power to produce Saturday morning cartoons during the Cold War, but much more powerful and much more dangerous.
Chew facing tough questions from both Republicans and Democrats.
Welcome to the most bipartisan committee in Congress.
The biggest concerns over TikTok's ties to China.
TikTok is a weapon by the Chinese Communist Party to spy on you, manipulate what you see, and exploit for future generations.
Congresswoman, I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
I find that actually preposterous.
But previously, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, acknowledged some China-based TikTok employees had accessed and monitored the data of a pair of American journalists. Those employees were later fired. TikTok users from across the nation packed the hearing. Some in attendance say losing the app would destroy their businesses, like Callie Goodwin, who sells greeting cards.
I think that so much of our community and the way that people find us and how we interact with our customers and our sales is driven by TikTok.
The Biden administration has demanded TikTok's Chinese owner sell its stake in the app. And now today, China is responding, saying Beijing will resolutely oppose any sale. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And right now there are efforts in Congress to give the president the authority to ban technology or media from certain foreign countries. Opponents have warned, though, those efforts could be used to ban a lot more than TikTok. World News Tonight will have continuing coverage coming up at 5:30. For right now, though, let's talk weather. We're seeing some changes happening already this evening. You can see on our Skywatch radar some showers starting to move in from the west. This is something that doesn't show up on the radar, though, is the rising wind. Jason Valentine is talking about that in your First Alert weather forecast.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Most of our areas are in a wind advisory now until 2 a.m. very early tomorrow morning. That's save for Yakima and Ellensburg, though we're seeing about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds there. For the rest of our areas, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds with 45 mile per hour gusts possible. So very windy evening. So as we head into our next 24 hours, we're going to see those winds slow down a bit tomorrow. But for the rest of our areas, we're going to be like at 10 to 20 mile per hour winds tomorrow, actually for all of our areas. So a little bit more breezy on your Friday, but most likely no wind advisory. But we're going to see scattered showers return tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening like we saw today, this morning and into the evening hours. We're going to start our cooling trend as well into the weekend as we expect to see lower 50s, mid to upper 40s for our weekend. So a lot going on, folks. I can't wait to break it down. I'll get you ready for your Friday and your weekend coming up. Again, it's going to be a bit cooler. That's coming up later in the show. But for right now, back to you.
Thanks, Jason. The Yakima School District is running out of room to store and prepare food for its students. KAPP-KVEW's Emily Goodell tells us thanks to a new contract with Northwest Harvest, that shouldn't be a problem for much longer.
The school district says its existing warehouse is too small for the food needs of 16,000 students. That's why they're moving it to the cold storage facility here at Northwest Harvest's new distribution center. Now they'll work together to receive, organize, store, and prep for delivery the food needed to make student meals. They say it should reduce food waste and costs for the district. Northwest Harvest says it's all part of their goal to be good neighbors and help the community.
It will continue to allow for the Yakima School District to provide nutritious free meals to all Yakima School children, and they'll make sure to have like nutritious breakfast and lunch, and so we're excited to be able to help in that way.
The organization has a sliding scale model for its cold food storage and transportation, which they've made available to community organizations and places like the Yakima School District. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPP-KVEW Local News.
Thanks, Emily. The OIC of Washington is participating in the National Long Sleeve Shirt Drive as part of National Farm Worker Awareness Week. They're asking for people to donate new or gently used, light-colored long sleeve shirts made of natural materials like cotton. These could be men's or women's styles and of all sizes. OIC will hand out those shirts at local farm worker safety programs throughout the year. Their goal is to keep farm workers safe.
The long sleeve shirt protects them from like pesticide exposure, as well as it prevents like heat related illnesses. So, protect them from the sun, from, the wind.
The donation drive starts Saturday. It runs through next Friday. Drop-off locations are available in Yakima, Sunnyside, Union Gap, Pasco, and Hermiston. We have new information tonight about a man found dead in Findlay last week. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says a 47-year-old Pasco man's body was found in a field near East 10th Avenue and U Street on March 14th. An autopsy showed that Chico Martinez died of homicidal means. Investigators say Martinez was last seen in Pasco around 18th and A Street, although it's not clear when that sighting happened or if anyone was with him at the time. The Benton County Sheriff's Office is asking anybody who interacted with Martinez in the past month or so to give them a call. An Eastern Washington Superior Court judge is being asked to decide if a shrinking homeless camp along the side of I-90 is a chronic nuisance and drug property. This camp is on Department of Transportation property, but the city of Spokane is hoping that a judge's order will give them authority to sweep the camp. Neighbors and nearby businesses have said they've had to deal with increased crime and drug use for months. But officials with the Department of Transportation say crime has risen across the city and can't be blamed on the camp. Hyundai and Kia are recalling more than 570,000 SUVs and vans because of a fire risk. The National Highway Safety Administration says the tow hitches could cause electrical shorts. Included in the recall are 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe's, Santa Cruz's, and Kia Carnivals, as well as a few slightly older versions. Manufacturers are advising everyone to park the vans and SUVs away from buildings until you take them into a dealer for a free repair. And the notifications about that should be coming out in the next couple of months. All right, let's take a look outside. We're talking weather. It is officially spring. We have a winter weather advisory to tell you about tonight. That is coming up in your First Alert forecast. And still ahead on KAPP KVEW Local News at 5, it's a different kind of senior prom. We'll take you to Richland, where this first annual event is happening right now.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. For some, it's smooth and straight. For others, it's winding vineyard roads or rugged desert trails. But what really matters most is where you're headed. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Our certified and trained vehicle experts are committed to keeping you on the road and getting you there safely. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Find your next Chevrolet at McCurley Chevrolet.
I was 44, working part-time. It was my first mammogram, and they found a few cancerous places in my left breast. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel sick. I didn't have a lump in my breast. There was nothing. I wasn't afraid I was going to die. My first fear was, how am I going to tell my daughter? As a result of early detection, I didn't have to do chemotherapy. I just did surgery and radiation. Was able to maintain a good quality of life, and now it's a distant memory.
Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? 0 down and 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
Hospital bills are often a surprise, and not the good kind. But you may also be surprised to learn that you can get 50, 75, or even 100% off those bills. Thanks to a new law, there's a good chance you're one of the 4 million Washingtonians who qualify. Whether or not you have health insurance, the law requires hospitals provide the care you need at an affordable cost. So ask your hospital or visit affordablehospital.wa.gov to see if you're eligible.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Thursday. Hope to see you tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest.
The Richland Police Department is launching its new brand identity. We'll tell you how it reflects some of the city's history.
And more scattered showers and winds tomorrow. I'll have your forecast. Hope to see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
The Seattle Sea Dragons battle Orlando Saturday morning at 10 on KAPP KVEW.
Welcome back, everyone. The first annual Senior Prom Dinner and Dance is happening right now at the Uptown Theater in Richland. KAPP KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live from the event. Riley, this is not for high school seniors. We're talking senior citizens here.
When I was in high school, I heard that there was when I heard there was a senior prom, it transported me back to when I was in high school. Right here in the Uptown Theater, I had a prom myself. It looks a little bit different than it did then, but we're gonna take a look around the room at this event. I'm told it's a completely packed house. All reservations are in place right now. The first annual Senior Prom Dinner and Dance is presented by Active for Life, which is an organization with the goal of getting people back out and about in the community. The theme of this inaugural event is The Great Gatsby or the Roaring 20s, but dressing up was not required. I'm happy to say that a lot of people in here are dressed to theme. There's dancing, a sing-along, trivia, and casino games happening here tonight. There's live music playing. That's the Clark Hodge Group. Dinner and dessert is being served right now. This event is going on until 6:30, which means we'll be back here in about an hour to bring you an update on how it's going on in here. For now, it's time to boogie, or whatever they did in the 20s. I'm told it's the Charleston. I have to have someone in here teach me how to do that one. Live in Richland, Riley Fitzgerald, KAPP KVEW Local News.
Thanks, Riley. Well, we're talking parties, we're talking sports. The Gonzaga Bulldogs continue their fast break to Houston less than 2 hours from now. For the second time in 3 years, Gonzaga and UCLA will meet in the NCAA tournament. Tonight's battle is shaping up to be another anxiety-filled gut-wrencher. The Bruins feature one of the best scoring defenses in the country, while the Zags boast the best scoring offense. So something is going to have to give in Las Vegas tonight. Tip-off is coming up at 6:45.
Now, KVEW First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. And folks, if you were bored with that almost perfect day yesterday, you're going to love what we saw today and into our evening hours. Windy conditions into our evening. We have scattered showers throughout our areas this evening and then some more tomorrow. And we do have mountain snow to talk about, so a lot to talk about. Our future cast, we have residual showers mostly along the Blue Mountain region. Those are going to be moving along until we get to tomorrow morning, where we could even see some early morning snow for Pendleton and shower activity into the mid-Columbia. As we move along in the morning, we'll see that slowly move over into the Blues. And again, any snow that falls on the ground for Pendleton or in that area will melt by the time we get to the afternoon. And we're seeing some more shower activity into our evening hours. Then that will be moving on, and then we're going to get a bit of a break as we get into our Saturday. So we have a winter weather advisory that is through Saturday morning at 5 a.m. 6 to 10 inches of new snow for the Blue Mountain region in the upper elevations, 6 to 21 inches of new snow in the Cascades. That's above 2,500 feet. So if you are traveling over to the west side or over the Blue Mountain region, do take a check of current conditions. So as we move into our evening hours, we are looking again to be cooler as we get into our weekend. So this is for the Tri-Cities. Our average is around 60 degrees at this time of year. We're going to be in the lower 50s for our weekend and just barely get to the mid 50s next week. So that means for the next week ahead, we have highs for all of our areas, mid to upper 40s, mid to lower 50s. So still a cooling trend as we head more into our weekend. So wind advisory, that is until 2 a.m. So heavy winds for all of our areas, save for Kittitas and Yakima counties, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds, 45 mile per hour gusts. So a very windy overnight period. Tomorrow we're going to see, looks like around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds for all of our areas. And as we get to our weekend, it's going to slow down to around 10 to maybe 15. Still, some wind is going to be in our forecast for the next week or so. So in our almanac, we're still pretty darn close to where we should be for this year. A little under for the Yakima region and just a touch under. And hey, we make up for it in our overnight low, just a touch over. So we're right around where we really should be for this time of year. Overnight tonight, we have those winds. It's going to be heavy. We're right around those the freezing mark, a little cooler for Ellensburg and Yakima. As we move into our Friday, the weekend is finally here. Again, like today, we're going to see some sunshine with those occasional showers, especially along the Blues. Mid to lower 50s, 46 for Ellensburg, 48 for Pendleton. 7-day forecast. Again, we have a shot of seeing shower activity next 2 days, maybe a little bit Saturday morning. And then we're going to see, again, more sunshine than not, maybe some shower activity on Tuesday. And we slowly start to warm up as we get to the latter part of our next work week. But folks, get ready for another windy day tomorrow, just a little off of what we saw today and tonight. In Yakima, right around that 50-degree mark till we get to the middle part of our next work week. And as with all of our areas, more sunshine than not, but scattered showers very possible tomorrow. So folks, a wild Thursday. Get ready for very windy conditions. Those rain showers in some of our areas will abate as we get to our overnight period, but return early tomorrow. And again, we could see a little bit of snow in Pendleton. So do keep an eye out for conditions as you head out the door. But we're cooling down for the weekend. Looks like we have to wait till later on next week to warm up.
Thanks, Jason. The Richland Police Department unveiled its new emblem this morning with the help of some Hanford History Project representatives. The feature of the new branding is a day's pay, the B-17 bomber funded by Hanford employees in 1944. The police department is bringing back the roots, getting inspiration from a significant piece of Richland history.
The thing that the last patch and badge was missing was the symbol for the community, and no better story than the day's pay to show that the pride and the unity of our community. So that's something that's up front and center on these new designs.
The Richland Police Department has had the same branding since 1970. With a new chief and more things on the way for the Richland Police Department, they say it was time for a new badge. At 6, we'll hear the story of the day's pay. That's coming up. But next on KAPP Local News, California lawmakers are taking steps to try and ban certain food coloring that's already not allowed in makeup. We're talking about what happened there, and we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code, which is also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It is free to download. There is no subscription fee to use it.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
When Kelly and I were out here for rehearsal, that screen wasn't there.
And neither was Kelly.
Next 5, Brian Cox from Succession, plus Toni Collette.
Tomorrow morning at 9 on KVEW.
We're celebrating our 28th anniversary with a new Bronco Sport giveaway during Punch It for Bucks and Broncos at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Punch the board and win over $4,000 in big bucks and 2,800 entries to boost your chances to win a Ford Bronco Sport every Friday and Sunday in March. Plus, don't miss Bronco Billy's bonus rounds where you can earn double the bucks. Be sure to join us on Saturdays for a special anniversary 28-time entry multiplier. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Stay connected with your world, wherever, whenever, with a KAPP Plus app.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
Big stories, first alert weather, live streaming, and more. KAPP Plus, available in the App Store and Google Play.
Next extra, Pink peels back the layers.
I was like an abused puppy. I would lash out.
She talks about facing her demons, the life lessons that she's taught her kids, and her big regret about Christina Aguilera. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on KVEW.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
A health alert tonight. California is considering a proposal to ban certain chemicals, including red dye number 3, from foods sold in the state. Now, this is a version of artificial coloring you could see in everything from canned cherries to candy, popsicles, even children's vitamins. It's actually banned in makeup because of concerns that it might cause cancer. But according to Consumer Reports, red number 3 has been allowed in food in the United States since 1907. Industry advocates say most products use so little dye that it shouldn't have a big effect, but the Environmental Working Group says that's no excuse.
Chemicals linked to cancer have no place in our food, especially our candy. In particular, it is long past time to end the use of red 3 in candy. It makes no sense that a chemical that has been banned from cosmetics is still allowed in food.
The LA Times reports many of the chemicals that California is now looking to ban are already banned from food in Europe. There's also a petition asking the FDA to ban red number 3 from food, just like cosmetics. So far, the FDA has not acted on that. Here in Washington, a proposal to ban certain chemicals from cosmetics and personal care items continues to advance in the legislature. This week, a Senate committee voted to advance House Bill 1047, which would ban a list of chemicals that lawmakers say are linked to a variety of health concerns. It's also known as the Toxic Free Cosmetics Act. Lawmakers face another deadline coming up on Wednesday, when most committees have to finish their work and send bills to the chamber floor. We'll have a final look at your forecast when we come back, and still ahead tonight, World News Tonight has continuing coverage of fireworks on both sides of the aisle as lawmakers in Congress grilled the CEO of TikTok about security concerns. That's coming up tonight at 5:30.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Get the newest spring arrivals at More Furniture for under $45 a month during our exclusive signature-only event. Add some sparkle with this beautifully detailed dining room featuring extendable table and 6 chairs. Create the bedroom of your dreams with this incredible 4-piece set and customize this super comfortable oversized sectional. Get 72 months interest-free financing with no money down and only your signature at More Furniture. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all specials.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
The wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means every sofa, dining table, and bed is still on sale. Find sofas with clean contemporary styling to laid-back premium comfort, dining tables with simple elegance to sophisticated polished marble tops, beds with lovely mission styling, and two-tone cottage charm. Save up to $150 on Athlete's Choice mattresses, plus 3 years no interest. But hurry, the extended wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Tonight, the legal challenges facing former President Trump. Plus, is TikTok a national security risk? The CEO makes his case before Congress. More Americans turn to the most-watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Next ET, paging Grey's Anatomy fans, our exclusive with Hospital Chief Kim Raver doing something she's never done before.
I was like, okay, here we go.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP KVEW.
It's the Mega RV Spring Fling event this Thursday through Sunday only at the Hapo Center. Save big with special show pricing on motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. All of your favorite brands under one roof. Tiffin, Newmar, Rockwood, Grand Design, and more. Hundreds of new and used RVs to choose from. Get ready for spring adventures now. Don't miss the Mega RV Spring Fling event Thursday through Sunday at the Hapo Center on Burton Boulevard.
Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? 0 down and 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
New tonight at 6, 3 more people are facing charges in the murder of 18-year-old Hatzivi Sarabia. The 18-year-old Hanford grad was shot and killed last October. Maya Williams was allegedly the driver of the car whose riders are accused of shooting and killing Hatzivi. Shani Guerrera allegedly helped another suspect store a gun in her apartment, and Marlon Pratt Jr. was in an additional car that was also shooting at the Jeep Hatzivi was in. It brings the total number of suspects in her death to 6 people.
That many people chose to make such bad decisions, and the detectives and the prosecutor, they're all been amazing.
That's Hatzivi's mother. We'll hear more from her later tonight on KAPP KVEW Local News at 6 as they are getting ready to celebrate what would have been her 19th birthday. But for right now, let's take one final look at what is happening in your forecast. We're seeing some pretty unsettled weather tonight and cooler temperatures headed towards the weekend. Jason Valentine has the details.
All right, let's get you ready for your Friday. The weekend is almost here. We're going to see just a touch cooler temperatures tomorrow. Lower 50s for the mid-Columbia. Again, we'll see some sunshine with 10 to 20 mile per hour winds across the board, and also scattered showers in the morning and into the evening hours. For Yakima, we're in the upper 40s tomorrow. Again, we'll see some sunshine. Walla Walla, a better chance of the scattered showers accumulating around the Walla Walla area, Pendleton area. Highs in the upper 40s as we cool down. And we're going to cool down even more into the weekend. Ellensburg, scattered showers, again, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds in the mid 40s. So get ready for less wind and less chance of shower activity, but cooler temperatures by the time we get to our weekend.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you so much for watching. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. KAPP KVEW Local News is back tonight at 6.